Hey guys, welcome back to another video here at Pocket Options. I'm your boy Giorgino. Hope you're all having a fantastic day wherever you are around the world. How's everyone doing? Can you all hear me, see me? Yep. Alex says hello, master. Hello to you as well. Omar Noor says hello, sir. Hello back to you as well. Hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday wherever you are, whether it's morning, afternoon, good evening. So, guys, for those of you who did not realize, today we're going to talk about the four different charts available here at Pocket Option. For me, they're very important to understand, to learn them, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an advanced trader, because once you learn and understand those types of charts, you'll be able to also understand which one is more suitable for you. Because for some person, a different type of chart may be more suitable for them. For somebody else, it may be something else, depending, of course, also on their strategy as well. Guys, let's jump into the platform. I just wanted to confirm that I am heard. You guys can hear me, you guys can see me. Just wanted to double check if everything is going smooth. Viral Vibe says hello, sir. Hello back to you as well. So, guys, let's dive right into our topic, the type of charts, right? In Pocket Option, there are four different types of charts, and you can find them all the way if you scroll over the way up here next to the currency pair that you're going to be using. There's a button, and then you'll be able to see the four different types of charts. Very, very important. Let's start with the basic one. The first one, it's called line, the line chart. I'm also going to enable the auto scroll just for you guys to see what does the auto scroll does. So basically, as the price keeps moving, the chart is going to keep moving as well to the right. Now, the line chart, it's basically, I wouldn't say it's so common. Um, But for me, it's the most simplest thing that you can find on the platform. So it's a very basic type of chart. It usually plots only the closing price of each period, like 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 1 hour, or whatever it is, and connects them with a simple line. As you can see, the price now moves. Let's try the shortest one available, which is 10 minutes. Now, for those of you who don't know what I mean by 10 minutes, it's basically a 10-minute chart from the starting point over here until here. How do I know that? Look at the time over here, 2:56. If I go over here, it says 3:06. So clearly there's 10 minutes between the start and the finish. So from here to here, we have 10 minutes, and then we can clearly see how the price is moving. And every time you see the price move, that means that the previous price is already closed. So we have a closing price over here, then now it's moving, closing price over here, now it's moving, closing price over here, so on and so forth, right? Some of the pros that you get from the line chart is that it's super clean, right? It's very simple to see and understand. It's good for beginners who just want to see the overall trend direction, helps avoid noise. And of course, it basically helps you avoid noise in volatile markets. That's basically it. Now, the disadvantages that you get with the line chart is it doesn't show detailed information like highs, lows, or price action within the candle bar, right? Just like the candlestick bars. So it's not very much ideal for short-term trading where those details matter, to be honest. So some of the tips that I would personally give you guys is use the line charts to spot long-term trends or to get quick big picture view before diving in deeper. So this is basically the line chart, guys. If you have any questions about it, do let me know. The another thing that's important to understand about the line chart is that you cannot set a specific time frame. Yes, you can still set your expiration time, right? So you can start from as low as even 5 seconds, which is phenomenal. I'm going to place some trades just for you to see. You can still also place um, you can they're also the line chart is also good for support and resistances, so you can clearly see that I can still draw my resistance here, let's say, which could be quite useful. Um, Joseph Yakubi says, I'm depressed, blocked my account recently. Joseph, I'm very sorry to hear that. I really don't know why your account has been blocked. Perhaps you've been manipulating your account. I do not know. I cannot personally have access to your account or see specifically what went wrong. What I would personally advise you, please reach out to the support team. They work 24/7, and I'm very sure you will get a very logical explanation as to why. Perhaps it's a mistake. So, again, try to contact the support team to help you understand what went wrong with your account. There could be a misunderstanding. Nevertheless, guys, so as I was saying, um, this is basically the line chart. Another thing that I wanted to also share with you is that you can also use the multi-chart. For those of you who don't know what a multi-chart is, you can have multiple charts on one screen. Take a look at this. 4 different charts. Perhaps if you can even use different currency pairs of your choice, and then you can simply analyze everything. I'm going to use this and show you at a later stage when I fully explain to you all the different types of charts that there are, okay? So the line chart, guys, that's basically, there's nothing more to talk about. Is not so interesting in my eyes, in my perspective. I personally also never use it, but I would love to know, guys, what do you guys use? Do you use the bar chart? Do you use the line chart? Do you use the Heiken Ashi chart? I'd really love to know, which one of these charts do you use? I personally love the candlestick charts. That is the most informative type of chart that you can actually have on the platform. Most experienced traders use it, and I believe that it's the mostly used type of chart in the whole world. Nevertheless, let's move on to the bars. I'm going to leave the candlesticks perhaps for last. I'm going to move on to the bars. Now, here's a fun fact about the bars. As you can see, yes, there are colors. There is the green, there is the red, right? Very clear. Green means up, red means down, right? Waskai says hello, hello back to you as well. So, in very simple terms, the bar chart has also opening price, high, low, and closing price. So it gives us a lot more information. Ayomidi says, I use the block charts. Sorry, I don't understand what you mean by block charts. Here we have only line, candles, bars, and Heiken Ashi. I'm not sure if you are perhaps talking about something else. So I'd really like to know your feedback on that. So let's move back to the bar chart. So first of all, what is a bar chart, right? It's similar to the Japanese candlesticks, but presented differently, right? And I'm going to move to the Japanese candlesticks at the last. Each bar, like I explained, shows opening price, high, low, and closing. So let me just zoom in right over here, and let's focus, guys, over here. Let's focus over here, right? Let's focus over here. Now, let me just do this. Enable auto scroll. Hopefully now I won't scroll again. I'm going to try to zoom as much as possible. All right, there we go. All right, so let's focus now on this red one. Sorry, let's focus on the green one, then move to the red one. So when you see a green bar, first of all, there's a dash on the left and a dash on the right in all bars. Dash on the left always means opening price. So this is the opening price. If it's green, it's an engulfing candle, means bullish, means green, means up, whatever you want to call it. The dash on the right means closing price. So we have opening, closing, then we have low, and here we have high. So again, very important. Opening from the left, closing from the right. Here's the body. Here we have the lowest price the price has reached and the highest price it has reached. So we can see that the opening price doesn't have a lower. So it means that it opened here, but it didn't go lower. Otherwise, you would have seen a bigger body here. But the price did go above the closing price over here. It reached all the way up here and then it closed here. Let's move on to the red one. So we have the opening price right here on the dash on the left. and the closing price right over here on the right. Here we have the body. We can clearly see the highest point is here, this little part here, and the low point here. That is basically it. This is the bar chart, but there's a lot more information that you can get from this, right? So first of all, some of the advantages that you get with the bar chart shows the same information as candlesticks, but in a less visual way. So they're more simple. They're not as complicated, I would say, as the Japanese candlesticks. Some traders even prefer it because it feels cleaner and less distracting than the candlesticks. So by all means, if you've never tried this, I would suggest try each type of chart, experiment with it, whether it is on your real account or demo account. I would suggest first the demo account where there's no risk at all. Play with it and understand how it works, the opening price, the high, the low, the closing price. Very, very important. Perhaps even apply your strategies on those charts and see which one works best. Some of the disadvantages that you get with this particular bar chart is not as intuitive or beginner friendly, very logical, harder to quickly see bullish versus bearish momentum compared to the Japanese candlesticks, because here you don't have the wicks. There's a lot more less information that you get also from the Japanese candlesticks, which I'm going to talk to you, of course, which is my favorite type of chart. I keep saying it because I get tons of information. I can use it for a lot of different things. Nevertheless, if you prefer less clutter, something cleaner, by all means, try the bar charts. Uh, you still get the opening, the high, the low, and the closing price. Best for traders who like more technical view without the emotional bias of candle colors. Keep in mind also, guys, that with this particular bar charts, you can always change the colors as well. So if you don't like the green one, you can make it blue. If you don't like the red one, you can make it yellow. That is all up to you. You can play with it how you wish, whatever suits you. I personally leave it as default, green and red, very simple, very international, I would like to say. So that's basically it. Um, sorry, candle charts. Okay, you prefer the Japanese candlesticks. I'm not surprised at all. It's the most popular type of charts. But again, there's a lot of things that you can learn from the Japanese candlesticks. There's tons of information that you can get from there. So again, guys, there's a lot of things that we can still learn from those type of charts. So if you're using the Japanese candlesticks, make sure you also learn or make a research about different type of patterns that you can also extract and learn from those as well. Let's move to the Heiken Ashi. Now, this is, in my eyes, is kind of, I wouldn't say more complicated, but it's a little bit different. And why I say that is because if you haven't realized, you see a lot of greens in a row, sometimes a lot of reds in a row, a lot of greens in a row, a lot of reds in a row. But does that mean that the price is actually closed all this time positive? No. The whole idea of the Heiken Ashi is to technically mute the noise. It basically it's more favorable for traders who like to trade on trending charts, who have a strategy just for a trend to avoid the noise of that kind of a small pullback. So let's get this from the start. The Heikin Ashi chart, similar to Japanese candles but presented differently. Also, what you see here, the prices that you see here, they're not they don't open and close at exactly the price that you see here. There is a formula behind it. It's technically an average price. I'll get to it in a moment. Each bar that you see here shows open, high, low, close, right? So in your eyes, you would see that this is the open, close, right? We have a wick here, but then you can see here that if you zoom more to the right, you will see that wait a minute, why did this candle didn't open here, which it should have, should have if you were trading on a Japanese candlestick. So again, let me just here we have an opening price, we have the green body, we have a wick here, and we have the closing price, right? technically on a Japanese candlestick, the next opening price should be exactly on this line. But what did we get? What did we get? What, what did we actually get? An opening price here. We had a wick all the way up there, wick all the way down here, and closing right over here. Why? Can anybody tell me why? Can anybody from the audience who has some experience with the Heiken Ashi tell me why is it that the Heiken Ashi works this way? I'd really love to know, guys. I do understand it's more complicated, and perhaps not a lot of you have been using the Heiken Ashi. Very much understandable. So, as I was saying, it's not as sorry. Sorry about that, guys. So, as I was saying, it uses a formula. For those of you who don't know what is the formula, I will explain it to you. Hopefully, you will also understand it. Perhaps you can write it down. That's up to you. The opening price, which let's say it's over here, right? We take, first of all, the previous candle. We take the opening of the previous candle, which is right over here. Whatever the number says over here, we take the opening price from the previous candle. We add the closing price, and then you divide by 2. Once you do that, you get the opening price of the next candle. That is why generally what you see, opening price, close price, and then you divide by 2, you get opening price. It's, if you think about it, it's basically the half body, divide by 2, you get the opening price. Half body, sorry, you take the whole body, divide by 2, you get the opening price. You get all the body here, divide by 2, you get the opening price. You get that? You get where I'm getting at? Now this is the opening price. Now you might be asking, okay, what about the closing price? The closing price is slightly different, a little bit more information to that. For the closing price, you get the open plus high plus low plus closing price, divide by 4. Then you get the closing price. So again, for the closing price, which is, let's say, over here, you get the previous open, close, high, low, which is over here again, then you divide by 4. That is technically the formula of the Heiken Ashi. Now, it might sound a little bit complicated, but in general, guys, you do not need to memorize this formula. All you need to do is understand how the flow is going, the trend is going. Because if you're a person who trades based on trends, then this could be a lot more useful to you than the actual Japanese candlesticks or the bar chart or even the line chart, because this is specifically made for traders who love to trade based on the trends, because it avoids the noise in between. So some of the pros that you get, great for spotting and riding trends because it filters out small fluctuations, like I explained. Long green red sequences make it easier to stay in the trade without overreacting. Very simple, because you're riding the trend, right? It helps also beginners avoid being shaken out by minor pullbacks. Of course, when you look at a pullback, you might get scared, right? Let's jump into the bars. And let's look at this. Clearly, you can see that the trend is all the way to the upside. But then you see a pullback from here, come all the way down here. You're like, oh my God, the trend is over. We're getting a pullback. We might even go lower because this is an up, down, up, down. But then what happens now? The trend reversed to the upside. Another pullback, reverse to the upside. Now, there's different ways, of course, to analyze this, because clearly here we're making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Again, these are ways also to analyze the charts. Some of the cons, the disadvantage that you get with the Heiken Ashi, let's go back to the Heiken Ashi, is the fact that since it's average, it's giving you the average price, like I explained. It lags a bit behind real price action. So what does it mean? If you open a price right over here, you click on a call button, the price went up, but then it pulled back a little bit. It went lower than your opening price, even though it will still show you a green candle. You will make a loss, because if the closing price is lower than your opening price and you went long, then of course you're going to make a loss. So that's one of the cons that you actually get. So it's not ideal for scalping or every precise entry exit timing. So specifically if you're trading in short-term trades, then you might want to rethink that, or maybe fix a little bit your strategy, try to see if that works for you in a different way. But like I said, the Heiken Ashi is mostly for traders who are riding the trend, whether to the upside, whether to the downside. That all depends on you. So again, use Heiken Ashi if you're trying to stay in the trend longer to reduce emotional trading. You can combine it with a different candlestick chart type. That's up to you. Um, Technically, guys, that is the Heiken Ashi candlestick pattern, if you'd like to call it that way. Nicholas Jackson, sorry, Meshak Rugut says hello from Kenya. Hello, my brother. Welcome. Nicholas Jackson, welcome back, my brother. In my opinion, it is because the opening price occurs at the center of the gravity of the previous candle as the formula. You're absolutely right, Nicholas. That's exactly how it works. The opening price always takes the half the formula that I explained earlier, which is technically, let me zoom in back again. So we have the opening, closing, divide by 2, which is technically right over here, and then opens right here next to it. That's technically it. So this way, it averages the price to give you more of a trending diagram for you to be able to see better. Um, Wolf Killer ITA says, like awesome oscillator. Well, the awesome oscillator, guys, it is a technical indicator. These are chart types. Chart types help you analyze the charts. Awesome oscillator is an indicator to also help you analyze the chart and give you perhaps more signals. So yes and no, I would like to say. K-pop FABS says make a trade. Okay, we can make a trade. That is not a problem at all. Um, in this particular scenario, guys, very easy to understand here that we have a resistance. We have another resistance here. Resistance over here. So what do I see here is lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and we're making lower lows, I think. Then I think we're going to go even lower here. So I could technically ride this trend, let's say for another, I don't know, 30 seconds. Maybe I am too late. Nevertheless, so you can clearly see that my opening price is right over here. I'm expecting that the trend is going to continue to the downside because of my higher high, sorry, lower high, lower high, lower high, and my lower lows here. So I'm expecting that the price is going to continue even lower. So even reach at this point. But again, the timing is different. Now, I'm trading on very short time frames, but if I were to trade on 5 minutes, I do believe that I would catch this. It will continue to go to the downside. Nevertheless, let's move on to my favorite type of chart. For those of you who haven't heard me until now, it is the Japanese candlestick. Or if you guys, we can actually wait and see how this trade will play out. That's no issue at all. And Woga says, please, what indicator are you using? I'm not using any indicator at the moment. I am only analyzing the chart as I see it. I have only placed a resistance at these points, but that's basically it. I opened my trade. I opened a sell trade here because I technically believe that the price is making lower highs. So if I would point this, make it maybe clearer for you guys, take a look at this. I am expecting this. So that is why I opened my sell trade over here. Clearly, we can see that I am riding the trend here. We have another 4 minutes to go where I don't see that something is going to change. That's basically it. I am using, however, if you were not here when I mentioned, I'm using the Heiken Ashi chart. So I hope that answers your question in Woga. Hello from Afghanistan, from Blazik. Hello to you as well. We have another 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Clearly, we are making lower highs and lower lows. I still believe that whether there's going to be another correction or a pullback over here, we're still going to move to the downside. Nevertheless, that is basically it. Guys, if you have any questions regarding the Heiken Ashi, I'm more than happy, of course, to answer you. And like I said, I would very much like to know what type of charts are you using, and if you have already experimented or experienced any of the other types of charts. So I would really like to know, what do you guys use? Are you using the Japanese, the candles, the bars, the line, and why? Very much appreciated, guys. We can see a pullback here, a small pullback. So again, guys, I've opened my price over here, sell, pullback. I'm expecting that the price is going to continue to the downside. We are making lower lows. You can clearly see that. So I think my trade is going to be successful. We did open it for 5 minutes, though. We still have another 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. You can see that you see a lot of green in a row, a lot of red in a row, because it's eliminating the noise so you don't get distracted when there are pullbacks, small ones. Nevertheless, let's see what happens here. Guys, let me share with you the promo code for today. ENSTCHR100. So again, guys, we have a promo code today, which is ENSTCHR100, which means that, guys, if it's going to be your first time making a deposit, feel free to take advantage also of a 100% deposit bonus. Wolf Killer ITA says, I'm sorry, how can I download the app from PC? I trade on the site, but you have the app. Am I wrong? Wolf Killer, are you using a Mac or Windows? Because I've downloaded the app from the official website. Blazik says, your best expert on the pocket option. Your best expert. Blazik, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. But again, we all make mistakes. I don't see myself as, uh, magnificent, but all I have to say is that I take everything and I learn from everything every day. I love learning. Whatever mistakes I do, I take them, I analyze them, and then I reapply to hopefully avoid the mistakes. Wolf Killer says Windows. Well, have you tried to go on the official page of Pocket Option? So let's just see how this trade is going to close. You have another 34 seconds to go. Seems good until now. We have made another lower low over here, which is very good. 24 seconds to go. I have placed $100 on a sell trade. I am on my real account, guys, as you can see over here. How I get pocket option VIP ticket in my account? Please tell me. TV 180. I'm not sure how you can get a VIP access for a second. Boom, we did get a successful trade, guys. Excellent. What I wanted also to show you guys, for those of you who are not aware, you can always access pocketoption.com/blog. And from here, you can get tons of information as well. In this particular blog, I wanted to share with you as well, because here it gives you a lot of information, of course, about the different charts that are available in Pocket Option. Gives you a lot more information with screenshots, with more details if you'd like to learn more about the types of charts as well. It gives you the overall information about what the line chart is all about, trend overview, the bar chart, price range analysis, candlestick charts, the best for me, pattern recognition, Heiken Ashi, trend filtering, so on and so forth. Now, as you can see here, the Pocket Option app for Mac OS, it's available for me because I am on the Mac OS. I'm not sure if you can find the Pocket Option Windows app. So if you can see here, guys, pocketoption.com, this is the official page of Pocket Option. Download trading app for PC. Windows and Mac from Pocket Option. Guys, it's very simple. There you go. Download for Windows. So TV, Wolf Killer ITA. This is where you go, my friend. Pocketoption.com forward slash blog. And then you can actually access to download the Windows app from here. So let's go back to the platform. Denny says hello from Slovakia. Hello, Denny. Welcome. So, guys, let's move on to my favorite type of chart, which is the Japanese candlestick. There's so much to talk about for this particular type of chart. Um, Tons of information that once you gain more experience, once you familiarize yourself more with the Japanese candlestick, you will see that it can help you not only spot trends, but engulfing candles, reversals. It's so much and so much more that you can learn from the Japanese candlestick. So let's start from the beginning. Each candle, guys, let me zoom in. So each candle represents open, close, high, and low. Similar to the bar chart, but with a little bit more information. Of course, each candlestick, guys, represents the actual time frame that you're using. So in my case, I'm on 10 seconds. If I put 15 minutes, then each candlestick represents 15 minutes. So it's up to you to decide on what expiry time you're going to be using. So let's try again, seconds, 10 seconds, all right? So let's focus on this part over here. So, all right, so here we have the body, sorry, we have the opening price, which is over here, the red part. We have a wick, which means this is the high. The top of the wick here is the high. Let me do it again because I think that's going to keep moving. All right. All right. So we have here opening price. The wick here is the high. This wick over here is the low. And here we have the closing price. And this is the whole body. Now, why the body is red is because we have opened up, but we closed down. When you open up and you close down, it's red. If you open down, close up, it's green. So this is the closing price, which is over here. Since we have the closing price over here, technically my opening price should be exactly the same, which is right over here. We have our low, which is over here, this wick right over here. Then we have our close right over here. What is important to understand is that we didn't have a higher than this part over here. So it closed right on the top. Then we had another opening price at, not on the wick, but on the body. Then let me just make it clearer for you guys. It doesn't zoom anymore, but nevertheless, here is my opening price. The wick is my low. Here is my closing price. So this is how you read technically the Japanese candlestick, but there's a lot more information to it. So green candles, of course, means bullish. Red candles means bearish. Simple as that. Some of the advantages that you get with the Japanese candles. Most widely used by traders worldwide, like I explained to you. Shows detailed price action and sentiment in each candle. Offers tons of candlestick patterns like a doji, engulfing, hammer. There's so many guys that you can actually learn from, research yourself, and can help you predict even better if the price is going to go higher or lower. It also helps you predict reversals or continuations. Why? Because of the dojis, because of the wicks that you see here. A lot of traders will tell you that if you see a strong wick like a T, not particularly this one, but maybe I can find you another example like this one over here, technically it means what? We are in a downtrend, but since the price reached all the way down here, then the bulls pushed it all the way up here and closed up here. It technically means that there could be a reversal. Could be is the magic word. So it can help you make more informative decisions. So this could be the end of this downward trend. This is a type of pattern, a type of candlestick that you can actually learn, but there are tons of them. So I'm not going to sit down now and show you all these patterns, but there are so many. Now, This information that you see from the Japanese candlesticks may be overwhelming, specifically for beginners, and that is why you need to learn more about the Japanese candlesticks, practice with them. The only negative I would say about the Japanese candlesticks is that sometimes these types of charts they give you false signals, specifically in a choppy market or if you're trading on very short time frames. Very, very important. um K-pop Fav says no more trade. We will make trades as well, even though that we do not have a lot of time. So let me share the promo code one more time, guys. It is ENSTCHR100. For those of you who are going to be making the first time deposit, feel free to take advantage of the 100% deposit back. Wolf Killer says, thanks, man. Appreciate it. You're very welcome. Joel Banks says, send me promo code. I will share it one more time. It is ENSTCHR100 for a 100% deposit bonus. Guys, another important thing, I'm going to now use the four type charts differently. I'm going to put them together so you can actually see some of the differences yourself. So I know that a lot of you are beginners. Um, let's use here the line chart. Let's keep it at minute 6, which is minute 1. Here, let's use the candles, Japanese candlesticks, my favorite ones. I am also going to, okay, enable grid snap, that's fine. We are on minute, go, all right. I have zoomed in as much as possible. I'm on the right currency pair, yes. Here we have the bars. Here we go. And here we have the Heiken Ashi. Take a look at all those four different type of charts, looking at the exact same currency pair, and tell me, what do you guys see? Wolf Killer says, sorry, Blazik says, what is the best time for trading? Blazik, that all depends on you, buddy. However, a lot of experienced traders, what they like to do, they like to trade when there's a lot of volatility, a lot of movements in the market. So usually when markets overlap each other, like when the New York Stock Exchange, the American markets open, overlap with the European ones, then the USD, Euro USD, or different kind of currency pairs that overlap with each other, the American and the European, might give you a lot more volatility, which might be more useful based on the strategy that you're using. That is to avoid choppy markets where there's not a lot of action going on. And depending on your strategy, you might have seen a strategy very good over the internet, or your friend told you, or on a video, or whatever it is. And you see that, you know what, he's doing great. Why can't I do the same? Well, have you ever thought that maybe it's the time of the day that you're trading that it's not helping you? That could very well be it. That is why it's very important to also understand the different um, markets when they open, when they close. Now, as you realize, today is a Sunday, which means we're trading on OTC. On OTC, guys, the prices, they're not generally derived from the market makers. So they're not real as based on when the markets are live and they're open, let's say, on market sessions from Monday to Friday. So again, very important to experiment with different times when you're trading. Very, very important. Blazik says, sorry, Wolf Killer says, I'm sorry, man. Can you share again the blog for the charts? Absolutely. Here we are. So it is pocketoption.com /blog /en /knowledge /base /trading /how forward dash two /read /pocket option /charts. That is basically it. But to make it even easier for you, I think if you just go to pocketoption.com.en, then you go to the blog over here, it's basically the same thing. Now, if you want to download the application, like I told you, it's very simple. You can always Google it. I'm not sure if it's over here. There we go. Platforms. Here we have the Mac OS, Android, APK, web app, Telegram. It's all up to you guys, whichever one you're going to choose. So again, clearly, oh, sorry, this is not aligned with everything else. There we go. All right. All right. So here are our four different type of charts. Guys, based on your strategy, you're going to have to decide which one suits your strategy best. So I personally do not like to trade on the line charts. I avoid it. Does give me a lot of information to analyze the markets. It gives me the bigger picture, yes, but does that help me to make trades? Not really. Um, Japanese candlesticks for me are the best for a lot of different reasons. The bars, another fun fact about the bars, because there's also some color blinded people where they can't basically distinguish the red and the green, but the bars can help them because on the left side is the opening price, on the right side is the closing price. So it doesn't matter if they're looking at red or green. What matters for them is looking at the dash on the left and on the right, and then the whole body. That's basically it. That's just a fun fact that I wanted to share with you. And then we have the Heiken Ashi, where it basically avoids all the noise, keeps it simple if you're going to be riding the trend. That is technically it. Guys, this video is only to give you more information about the types of charts. One thing that I wanted also to inform you guys, and I think it's very important, I'm going to go back to my candlesticks because we're talking about charts. Have you ever thought, or have you ever realized what these two buttons do? Have you guys ever used those two buttons here? I'd really like to know, what do you guys think, or what do these two buttons do? Clearly, this on the right is the price of the Euro USD, right? But what do these two buttons do? I think they're extremely important that everybody, whether you're a beginner, an advanced, or whatever you are, it's important to know them because they can come in handy. Okanya says, why does the OTC chart keep changing? The strategy keeps being invalidated due to updates. Okanya, I don't understand what you mean the strategy keeps being invalidated due to updates, but the OTC chart, buddy, when you say it keeps changing, because yes, the prices keep moving, but these are not the real prices that Pocket Option gets from their uh, providers. Just like when you get the real prices on Monday to Friday when the markets are open. These are prices movement based on the people who are trading on Euro USD today on a Sunday. Hence, they're pushing the price up and down. So it's nothing to do with price manipulation, if that is your question. I've explained it many, many times before. However, keep in mind, if you are not satisfied with OTC, there is no pressure. Nobody needs to trade on OTC by force. Guys, OTC is an option. If you're busy during the week, you cannot trade on real live markets. Feel free to use OTC if you like. You're not happy with OTC, doesn't work with you. Don't trade OTC, guys. As simple as that. Again, I wanted to explain to you what these two buttons do. I think they're very, very important. What do I mean? Here, for example, I see a resistance, right? I want to know, I want a notification to tell me, you know what? I want to know when this price reaches over here because I think this is a resistance and we might go back down again. All I have to do is click on this button right over here. Boom. What happens now? When the price reaches over here, I will get a notification that we have reached that price. Now, since it's very far up and you won't be able to see it in action, I'm going to cancel it, which is very simple. You just hover over it, click X. Let's do it here, right? Hopefully we'll reach it. Once it does, you will see that I will get some kind of notification that, you know what, we have reached that price. Very, very interesting feature that a lot of you might didn't realize that it is available. There's even a better feature that I want to share with you. Um, let's see if it reaches that price. Come on. They are reminders. For example, when the price reaches a certain level, buy, etc. The bell is for that, in my opinion. That's absolutely right, Nicholas. You're absolutely right. Blazik says 3 candle cycle best strategy. 3 candle cycle best. If you're talking, there we go. That's the notification, guys. So I got a notification that my target or that price has been reached. It's a good information whether you are trading and you want to know when that price is reached and you want to see how the market is doing, and perhaps you've seen some head and shoulders pattern that you've noticed and you want to place another trade to the downside. Whatever it is, that can be very handy. Now the other one, which is the clockwork, it's technically, it can open the price for you at that particular price. So let's say I want to open, we've reached it. Let's close it. Let's open it up. Let's do one over here. All right. All right. I'm going to put my glass hour here. I want to trade on this price, opening price. I want to open $100. All right. So what did this basically will happen now? Once the price reaches this green line, whatever you want to call it, the it will automatically open a trade for me. That could be very useful even when you're trading binary options. Why? Maybe you see a very strong support level and you believe it's going to bounce back up. Whether you're trading short term, long term, it doesn't matter. This could be very useful because it can automatically open a trade for you. Brian says hello. Why we can't build robot our own in the platform? Brian, that's I would say it's a more complicated question for me to answer. I'm not in charge of this. I think that developing such a thing perhaps could be something that perhaps possibly could be an option for Pocket Option to do. So what I would suggest is get in contact with the support team and tell them that you would love to see robots perhaps in the future. If more and more traders like you get in contact and they say, you know what, we'd love to have robots, I would like to develop my own robots, so on and so forth, maybe it's something that they will think about and then they will eventually implement. You never know. K-pop Fav says, before going, please make a trade. All right, I will make a trade. Now, the risk is here is technically a trade. If our price reaches over here, I did place an opening trade in case the price reaches this level over here. We are already 47 minutes in, guys. It seems that we are going to hit our target. I did place a buy trade here, believing that we are going to bounce off this, but clearly you can see that we're in a downtrend, some small pullbacks, but let's wait and see. Brian Gayon says, thank you. You're very welcome, brother. Guys, let me share that promo code once again with you guys. ENSTCHR100 for 100% deposit bonus. So guys, let's see. This would be a very good resistance over here. Clearly, we're in a downtrend. From this point on, we have been in a downtrend. If this downtrend is going to continue, I have no idea, guys. I would be able also to put another sell trade over here if we reach this one. So I'm going to put a sell trade, but I'm not going to put it at 5 minutes. Okay. So what do you see here, guys? If the price now reaches this part, I open a sell trade automatically. If the price reaches this part, I'm going to open a buy trade automatically. That's technically it. Can be very useful depending on the strategy that you guys are using. What I would personally advise, if you're a beginner and you're using the Japanese candlesticks, there are a lot of chart types that you can actually learn, put them to the tests. There's a lot of patterns that you can actually learn that you can actually use and combine it with any strategy that you're using. Guys, remember, we do have the demo account where you can take advantage of that. Free of course. Anybody can use it. You can put your strategies to the test. You can experiment with different chart types. You can even do risk management on those and see what basically works best for you. Guys, let's see if my targets are going to be met in order for me to open a trade or not. Clearly, I see this downtrend being a strong one. Jackson Ngoma says, does Pocket Option make money as a broker when I lose trade? Jackson, I'm not sure about that, but I believe that they make money based on the spreads, which basically they make commissions. I personally don't believe that they make money if you lose. But of course, if you want to know exactly how this broker operates, feel free to contact the support team, where they will give you a lot more information about that. Um, Guys, it seems that we are hovering between those two prices. I'm going to open another one over here. Sell trade. Why? Because I see a resistance here. So let's see. The Viral Vibes wants the promo code one more time. There we go. ENSTCHR100 is the promo code for a deposit bonus of 100%. Blazik says, my English language is not very good. I can send message in Pashto language. Sorry, I do not know that. But your English seems to be very well. Come on. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Come on. You know what? I'm gonna put another one. But I believe that we're still gonna go lower. I think this one won't be reached. But you never know. There's some volatility going on. Look how close. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Wow. We did not touch it. But then we can see that it's going lower. Unbelievable. Look how close. Guys, nevertheless, if you enjoyed this video, I'd very much appreciate it if you leave a like, comment down below, let me know what you guys would like to see in the future, whether it is a type of candlestick pattern, whether it is a technical indicator, risk management, whatever it is, guys. I'd love to know your feedback. Tell me, what do you guys would like to see in the future, and I will do my best to be able to bring it to life for you guys to be able to learn, and of course take into advantage everything that I share for you, hopefully to help you make more successful trades in the future. Guys, I believe that we have run out of time. We are already nearly 55 minutes in. I want to thank you all for your time, for being here. Bro, make a trade without any of the lines. All right, here we go, all right. Let's see. Oh, I just said I was just about to open a trade, and automatically it actually opened a trade for me. It hit my target. As soon as it hit it, it bounced a little bit higher. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's on 5 minutes though. I think that's long. I did not pay attention on the expiry time. Nevertheless, if we break this support level, guys, I'm going to open a sell trade. Obviously, I'm going to open a sell trade, and I'm going to double my money. 250. Expiry time. 3 minutes. All right. Let's see if it will break it. If we go lower than this part over here, opening my sell trade. Joel Bank, why not giving promo code, bro? Joel, I have shared the promo code perhaps 5 times. Joel Bank, I don't trust you guy again. Joel, I don't know if you've been here since the beginning. I have shared the promo code like maybe 5, 6 times. I'm sure a lot of you have realized that the promo code is ENSTCHR 100. So if you guys are going to make a deposit, feel free to take advantage of the 100% deposit bonus. We are back in the range. Trade seems to be going well for now. 3 minutes 45 seconds on the clock. I have placed $100 on my trade. Ooh, is that a reversal or a pullback? What do you guys think? Oh, another sell trade open here. I forgot that I had it open because I'm expecting that this is going to range here. But let's see. Now I have two open trades. I have actually, if the price closes in between here, that means that I have locked two open trades. Hopefully, I'll double my investment. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. TV 180. Really honest, man. I liked it. You're welcome. All right, we have another 2 minutes, 25 seconds, 4 minutes on this one. This one is doing pretty well, but I would still love to see the price go below my opening price over here. Still believe that the price is going to go lower, but let's see. I think we have a strong resistance here. I'm going to open another position here. Let's see. Guys, you can see that I have opened 3 trades, 2 sell trades, 1 buy trade over here. I don't know if this is a reversal. I feel that it's a pullback. What do you guys think? FC5 Prevention has joined us once again from Canada. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are trying to do history here. That's a big kind of pullback, I would like to say. Not sure what is going on. Whoa. Another resistance here. I open another sell trade because I've hit a resistance. All right. If everything closes as is, I should make $1,152 if it closes as is. Now, if it closes as is, sorry, it went up, went down. Let's see. So if it stays in this box, if everything closes as is now, I should make $1,152 profit from my $950 investment. But let's see. It is hovering here. If everything closes as is now, I will make only $192. Still a profit. I'm still going to take the profit. It's plenty of time, though, still for the upper ones. Okay. So if everything stays as is now, of course, I lose my 3 trades over here. Small pullback. And again, to the upside. What do you guys think? Brian Gayon says, I have 100% promo code, but minimum deposit is $100. I hope they lower it just about a 10. You just posted the same thing. All right, I get it. I get it. Um, Guys, it is what it is. But again, $10, it's a very small amount to be honest, $10. But again, it's not for me to tell you you need to put $100. That is up to you. You get to decide what is more comfortable for you. However, if you want to take advantage of the bonus, the minimum deposit is $100. Another loss. I do believe we've hit another resistance here, but again, it could be just another point to the upside. Let's see. This session was only, guys, to show you about the types of charts. You made me place a few trades. I'm not even using any technical indicators whatsoever. Seven seconds to go for this one. It's like there's a support line here, and it's like trying to stay above it. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. 38 seconds to go. Hope I'm on time for next live. Very valuable info. Thanks from South Africa. Essie, you're my man. Thank you very much for joining. It was a pleasure. Guys, it seems like I will make all my money back and walk out with a small profitability, hopefully, inshallah. 22 seconds to go. 19. 10 seconds, guys. 960 of profit. Fantastic. I'm very happy. Walking away with a profit. Excellent. Guys, again, thank you very much for joining this live session, guys. It was a pleasure. Again, let me know your comments down below. If you enjoyed this training session, this live session, this Q&A, leave a like, comment down below, and of course, I will see you on the next one as well. Let me share the promo code one more time for you guys. It is ENSTCHR100. And of course, guys, it's a pleasure. And of course, I will see you once again next week. Take care. Have a nice Sunday. And always, always manage your risks. I wish you the best. Goodbye.